What's up, guys? This gate's got a big old hole in it and we're gonna fix it. So if you look here, it's wide open. This is pretty tough wire, but it's been torn all to heck from the goats that were in here before. Now we've got some calves. You wouldn't believe just how strong some of these small animals are. They don't look that strong, but they are. Anyway, they can stick their heads through that. We don't want them getting their heads stuck. And of course, we don't want them getting out when we want them in. This is some of the toughest of this type of wire you can buy. So we're not gonna put that back on because as you can see, it just didn't work. So what we're gonna do is I measured this and a hog panel will almost completely cover that. So what I'm gonna do is cut a piece of hog panel and put it on that door, and that ought to be plenty tough enough that they won't be able to get through it again, hopefully. Hey T-Bone, what's up buddy? Hey Mace.
Hi Dad.
He's in here spending some time with T-Bone, getting him used to him. First, we're gonna take off the old wire. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these before, but here on the farm, we use these quite a bit. These are called fencing pliers. They're really good at grabbing a hold of barbed wire, twisting it, making it tight, pulling out nails and getting up underneath stuff, pulling it out. It's a great, great tool to have. Remember, twist up, buddy. Use the leverage, just like a hammer, okay? Pull it. See how that works?
Yes, sir.
Good job. Yeah, if you can't get to it, get to the wire next to it. Since we're not going to save this, just pull it hard, man. It'll come right out. Good job. Nice. We try really hard not to drop any of these things because that'll end up in the hoof of something, and that's bad. And we don't want somebody to eat it either. Door's off. This is the hog panel I was talking about. So what we did is we cut a piece of this hog panel right over here, and it's going to be just big enough to put in that door. My man Mason's taking the rest of the staples out. There's going to be a little bit of gaps on the top and the bottom, but it's going to be just fine. And more importantly, it's going to be strong and it's going to keep our animals safe when we need them stalled up. Some people that have never run a farm before, never had farm animals, they'll comment and say, oh, you shouldn't have those animals stalled up. That's mean. They deserve to be in wide open pasture, things like that. Well, guess what? I agree. But what you might not understand is that there's always going to come a time when an animal needs to be stalled up. Health reasons, birthing, things like that. Anytime something's going on with an animal that just really needs closer attention, that's the best way to really get it up close to the house, to really keep a close eye on it in close quarters. If an animal's way out in the pasture somewhere and something's going on, it's pretty hard to keep an eye on it. You know, you could chase it around. You might get it mixed up. Maybe you got more than one of the same animal. Here on our farm, every time we get something new, it goes in a stall. And that's for a lot of reasons. One of the biggest ones is we want it to get used to us. We want that animal to know that we're not going to hurt it and that we're going to feed it, we're going to provide for it. The other reason is it's a good practice to keep animals separated and isolated from your other animals, at least for a few weeks, to make sure it's disease-free. So there's lots of good reasons, but at the end of the day, we like to keep our animals in as wide open pasture as absolutely possible because that's the way God intended. Done. Way sturdier than it was before. What do you think, bud?
Yeah.
It's a lot better than it was. They're not going to break through that. In case you guys don't know the difference, hog panel has smaller squares at the bottom, more rectangles than squares, I guess. It has smaller ones at the bottom, and they gradually get a little bit bigger so that the piglets can't fit through, the baby pigs, right? So we use hog panel because it's shorter. We didn't have to cut as much, and it was a little smaller at the bottom, which is going to help out with really small calves or other animals that we might put in here in the future. I think it'll work. All right, guys, we got to show you this funny chicken. Where's it at? There it is. Can he catch it? Good job, buddy. All right, this thing may be my favorite. Look at these feathers. So it's all fuzzy here, and you're just growing like an awkward teenager. That's awesome. Look at this little girl. That's a funny looking chicken, buddy. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be pretty though. I think you're already my favorite.
This is the one that's supposed to have like that sideburns on its neck.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
I can't keep track. We got so many different breeds. That's the golden something.
Yeah, and
right?
that one's the Easter egg.
Yeah, but look at her wings. she's gonna have some beautiful colors, but it's just so funny how she's kind of fuzzy here, and she's got these really pretty feathers growing just kind of randomly all over the place.
They're like popping up.
Yeah, look at that. You sure are pretty.